All right, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I hope you're having a great week so far. If not, there's never too late. It's never too late. Let's get this week going. I want to talk to you today about why we do the things we do. This is a topic that I've hit a couple of times, and it really references the 6 core human needs that Tony Robbins talks about. But have you ever wondered or thought about why you do the things you do? You know, our thoughts and emotions obviously shape our behaviors, but what truly influences our conscious and unconscious thoughts on a day-to-day basis? Well, let's talk about that today. And I want you to remember, and I want to remind you every single day, that it's never too late to start living the life that you're meant to live. But to do this, you've got to be consistently creating growth in your mind, body, money, business, lifestyle, relationships. And that's why I do the Daily Mastermind on a weekday basis. I want you to be able to spend time and constantly be aware of what it's going to take you to the next level. So I want to talk with you a little bit about these 6 core human needs. Now, I put a lot of thought into this, and we've discussed a lot of different things about influencing your behaviors. But I think this topic kind of all goes back to this concept that Abraham Maslow created, which is that theory or basic human behavior called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It talks about how the most basic of needs, which are, your food, shelter, safety, and things like that, they'll affect and influence your behavior, but there's also a higher level of needs, like love and self-esteem and personal growth, in order for you to truly feel self-actualization and happiness, right, in your life. These are the main influencing factors in our behavior, and so it's important for you to break them down and really analyze them. What is it that you need? Tony Robbins talks a lot about what he calls the 6 core human needs, and he's become very well known for this because it's impacted so many millions of people worldwide. But he believes that all humans have the same 6 core needs, and that if you're fulfilling these 6 needs, then you're going to have great experience and happy. You'll be happy, right? And so if you're dissatisfied in one of these areas, that's what's going to lead to unfulfillment at times. And you've got to be able to prioritize a couple of these needs, especially if they're ones that influence your day-to-day behavior. So, and it'll be important to note also that many people choose to meet their 6 core human needs in a positive way, but it is possible and very common that people meet these needs in a negative way or a destructive way that leads them to problems and struggles. Maybe you've noticed cycles in your life. So let's talk about what these 6 needs are, and I'm going to do this just so that you become aware of which ones that you are prioritizing and which ones you need to focus on a little bit more. Be consciously aware of what you're doing in your life. So just to kind of set you up for this, of the 6 core human needs, the first 4 are ones that will help you to fulfill the needs of your personality. And the last 2 will help you to fulfill the needs of your spirit. And, that inner soul, what you call. So true fulfillment's going to come from these last 2 needs, but, I'm going to go through all 6 of these for you. So the needs of the personality, the first one is certainty. Look, we all crave or need certainty, safety, stability, comfort, predictability, control, consistency. Some of us more than others. I happen to really like having control. But, obviously we do our best to avoid pain in our lives by creating certainty, right? A problem can arise for us, but when we're able to create a little bit more certainty, then that helps us to deal with it a little bit more. And this is when you have to start to discover what your limiting beliefs are and your programming that carry on inside you that are going to be affecting what your expectations are. Because your limiting beliefs where you crave certainty might be based in false ideas that aren't necessarily going to serve you. The second core human need is variety. So I find it pretty ironic, but as much as we crave certainty, we also crave variety and surprise and challenge and excitement and difference. And right, that's the idea that we need some adventure. One of my partner and mentor, Robert Stuberg, would say that your true success as an entrepreneur and happiness in life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty that you can handle in your life. So if you are an entrepreneur, this is true because everything growth-wise happens outside your comfort zone. And that is just the land of uncertainty. And it's interesting to note that these first 2 core human needs are sort of like that paradox. It's continually trying to balance your need of certainty with uncertainty. And that kind of leads us to this third core human need of significance. The need for significance is the need to have meaning or be special, needed, wanted, a sense of importance, or worthy of love. We want to feel special, right? Now, I read a quote. It was a pretty impactful quote by someone by the name of Adam Sakinsky that I think really explains the need for significance well. So I'm just going to read you this quote. It says, "You can feel more significant by achieving something, by building something, by learning something, or even by tearing other people down. They're all legitimate ways to fulfill the need for significance. The need for significance can help you achieve more, do more, and become the person that you desire to be. All professional athletes would probably admit that the need for significance is a big part of their careers. In fact, it's probably one of the most important influential factors that go into every decision they make. On the other hand, the need for significance can also be used for bad purposes. For example, it can be used to hurt people or gain an unfair advantage. Take the example of a bully. A bully bullies people to feel important and significant. So we've got to, really balance this need of significance and make sure that it's a positive thing in our life. Now, Tony Robbins talks about how violence can also fulfill the need for significance in a very destructive way. So understanding the need of significance is important so that you can understand how to apply it in your life. Are you filling that need in a positive or a negative way? The fourth core human need is love and connection. Now, this is pretty obvious, right? The need for communication and approval, attachment, intimacy, whatever it is. But that love and connection ultimately is something that we're all searching for. Love is one of those most powerful emotions that in your life can really bring you true happiness, as well as it can, be deepest fears of rejection, loneliness, and regret. But the key is to understand that love can be influenced by our belief in a huge way. If you have low self-worth, past relationships, failures, or good or bad experiences, this can all affect the way you are fulfilled when it comes to this particular need. So you've got to really understand how you're filling these needs. That's the point I really want to get to, because we all have those needs to be filled. Now I want to hit real quick these last two core human needs, because they're the ones that really bring the most fulfillment in your life. So I want you to take special attention to these. The first one is growth. In growth, and I've talked about this, the need for personal growth is constant emotional, intellectual, and spiritual development. You've heard the saying, if you're not growing, you're dying. This comes from the fact that we all have a need to grow. And the best way to do this is through personal development, in my opinion. Without personal growth, you're going to feel stuck. Now, the negative side of growth is that many of us apply the filters of perfectionism, so we don't really recognize we're growing. I've talked about this idea of, are you measuring the gap between where you want to go or the gain that you've made? It's very important that when it comes to growth, you're measuring, recognizing, and identifying the successes, the wins, right? The key is always play the game of life against the past version of yourself, not other people. And to always remember that you need to look forward and not backwards when you're growing. Now let's talk about this final need, the one for contribution. The need to give beyond ourselves, to give, care, protect, and serve others. And whether or not you feel this is a priority, this is something that's going to help you feel fulfilled. So you may or may not be meeting this need. Another great saying is, the secret to living is giving. And that's so true. I really like what my partner Robert Stuberg says when he talks about his life mission of using his unique talents. And the key to unique talent, remember, is something you're excellent and passionate about. And he talks about how he uses a unique talent to apply it in the service of others. When you learn to use your unique talent and apply it in the service of others, you're going to hit that need of contribution. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself, how are you meeting your 6 core human needs? We have to strive daily to meet these needs, but remember that our needs can ultimately be met in both positive and negative ways. So are you filling these needs in positive ways that will encourage you and take you further in your life? So I want you to just ask yourself these couple of questions. What are my core needs? How am I filling them? What are the beliefs that are really driving my behaviors when I feel these? And are they leading me, and this is key, listen to this for a minute, are they leading me and serving me, pushing me towards my life's mission? the thing that I want to accomplish in my life. Because what I want to emphasize for you today is this as we go. I want to emphasize that if you are not living your life with specific intent, going towards some vision of what you want your life to be like, then you're just drifting. And drifting will most certainly at some point in your life lead to dissatisfaction, a feeling of emptiness, and that may be what you're feeling right now. And so having that clarity and vision of your future, but then filling those needs along the way in the present moment is such a key element. So that's my message I want to leave you with today. I want you to do me a favor. Share this episode. Share it, because we have so many people out there right now that are struggling. I want to, and individuals that are really pushing, trying to get past their benchmark of success that they have in whatever area their life is, money, business, relationships, mind and body. And this is a kind of a strategy in an area they might not have thought of. So share this episode. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know how I can help you. You can hit me up on the Daily Mastermind, go to our website, leave me a message, or tag me in your Instagram or Facebook posts. I look forward to talking with you more tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Once again, this is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind.